How's it going, everyone? My name is Mulder and welcome to GameChron, your #1 stop for tips and tricks on your favorite video games. Today it's all about Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning gameplay tips and tricks part 4. Today we'll talk about the Alchemy Skill and how to craft powerful potions at your alchemy workbench, how to upgrade your home and why it's worth investing all that money into the upgrades, and then finally what type of abilities I'm running with my Crusader character now that I've been focusing on my sorcery and might abilities. All that and more straight ahead. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. Now let's dive into our Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning tips video. Let's start things off with your Alchemy Skill. Now, depending upon how high your Alchemy Skill is going to determine what type of powerful potions you can craft. There's different levels of potions you can craft from Master, Journeyman, Novice, and so on. The materials that you'll need for these different types of potions you can get out into the field or purchase them from merchants. The type of potions I recommend you focus on are potions that increase your overall health, your mana regen, and for those of you out there that like to be on the front lines of fighting, any type of physical or damage boosting potion. You will need recipes in order to forge any type of potion that you need. Now, there are two different ways that you can get recipes. The first is to go to any type of alchemy or potion merchant. Not only do these merchants sell items that you can use later on to forge new potions in case you're missing anything, but they can also sell you different types of quality recipes depending upon who you're buying from. Through my experience, buying recipes from merchants in large cities offer a little bit more than buying from merchants in small villages. Bear in mind that these recipes can be expensive, so make sure you have a lot of gold on hand to pay for them. But say you're low on gold and you don't want to pay for these recipes, the second way that you can get recipes is by experimenting. At your alchemy workbench, you have the opportunity to forge either more powerful recipes on your own or random potions. Because this allows you to experiment with different types of potion combos, definitely recommend asking the community for more information on a particular type of potion you're looking for. If there's any type of potion recipes that you've discovered, definitely drop a comment below so others can see it as well. Again, buying recipes from merchants is a fast way to get what you need, just keep in mind it will get very expensive after a while. So definitely focus on upgrading your alchemy skill as high as you can so you can forge more powerful potions and unlock master-worthy recipes. Next, let's talk about upgrading your house. Now, the house I'm going to be taking into example with this is the house that I mentioned before in my last video that you can get in Webwood once you help the villagers take down some powerful spiders. There will be carpenters available to upgrade your house for a fee. For example, this carpenter here is willing to upgrade my house for around 800 gold each upgrade. In total, I spent around 6,000 gold to get my house fully upgraded in this area. The upgrades that you can get for your house, in my opinion, are well worth it. You can get weapon racks that you can store some of your powerful weapons that you don't want to sell or break down. You can also be lucky enough to get a random weapon the first time you open a weapon rack. You'll have more space to walk around in your house. You'll be unlocking your own personal alchemy lab. You'll actually have plants down in your basement that you can harvest to forge even more powerful potions. A sagecraft altar will also be down in your basement to where you can forge more powerful gems for your armor and weapons. And then finally, you'll have some random cabinets placed into your house that not only will hold books inside of them to where you can read up a little bit more on the world, but you'll also have some random gold to be found as well. I actually found over 600 gold in random places in all these cabinets that I got for my house. Having a base of operations in this game is very important to have, especially when you're collecting random items that you don't want to break down or sell. You now have your own personal alchemy lab to forge your own powerful potions and sagecraft altar to where you can then add more gems to your gear. Upgrading your house, in my opinion, is well worth your time. So once you do buy a house, definitely upgrade it so you can take full advantage of what's inside. Now let's talk about the abilities I have for my character currently now that I'm a Crusader class character. Now, a Crusader character focuses heavily on his might and his magic. I was a battle mage earlier, but now that I've been focusing more on my might and sorcery abilities, these are the type of abilities and spells I'm currently running. My first ability is Summon Faer Gorta. This powerful skeleton character is an excellent companion to have with you when you're surrounded by multiple enemies. Now, the idea behind summoning this character isn't so much about his attack damage, since he actually doesn't do that much damage. It's the fact that he could take a lot of punishment and be a perfect decoy for whenever you need to break away, heal your character, or flank a group of enemies. I summon this character quite often whenever I have a powerful enemy that's right on my tail that I need to get off me for a little bit. Next up is Healing Surge. Now, Healing Surge is an excellent ability to fully upgrade if you want to save money on forging more healing potions. Healing Surge allows you to regain all your health no matter how much you've lost, provided you have the mana to spend for it. This ability has saved me in a jam whenever I've been surrounded by multiple enemies taking a lot of damage, but more importantly, it's been a lot nicer for my resources and gold spending now that I don't have to worry about buying so many health potions. So if you're strapped for gold gold and you're sick and tired of constantly using healing potions, definitely go out of your way to get the Healing Surge ability. Next is Stormboat, which is actually one of the first abilities you got at the beginning of the game if you focused in on sorcery. Now Stormboat is worth upgrading to its max while also getting Chain Lightning later. The idea behind investing so much into this ability is that it allows you to stun your most powerful opponents and also Chain Lightning against their allies nearby. Stormboat's actually saved me out of a jam against some pretty powerful enemies because not only does the ability allow me to stun them, it actually pushes them back from me. Another great thing too is that there are different types of creatures in this game who are actually weak against certain types of elements. So covering all your bases of having abilities and weapons that use fire, ice, earth, or electricity can actually save you in a jam. Next up is Ice Barrage. Now Ice Barrage is a great ability to push enemies away from you whenever you need a little bit of space to regain your health or equip a more powerful weapon. It does a decent amount of damage, but also has a great opportunity to actually freeze your opponents and slow them down. Ice Barrage can be fired rapidly after casting it, so definitely invest in it if you want to slow your opponents down. Now those are all the abilities I've unlocked so far in my sorcery, but now let's focus in on my might. Starting off with Quake and Aftershock. Now Quake allows you to stomp the ground and shoot spikes out of the ground, doing damage to multiple opponents in front of you. This is a great crowd control ability whenever you have multiple opponents in front of you and when you add Aftershock into it. This ability doing damage to multiple foes at once while also giving you some distance from your opponents, especially in the higher difficulty moments of this game, can actually save you in a pinch. But speaking of saving you in a pinch, the next ability is Adrenaline Surge. Adrenaline Surge kicks in when your character is near the verge of death or just got hit with a final blow. Depending upon how high you've upgraded this ability, your character can come back to life with a little bit of health and stay in the fight. This ability saved me during some clutch moments in the middle of the game against some powerful bosses, on top of the fact of me using my Healing Surge after I got resurrected allowed me to regain my health back to full power. You don't have to go after each one of these abilities, but I definitely say you should go after Healing Surge and Adrenaline Surge if you had to pick just two. If there's any other type of abilities that you're using currently right now, along with what type of character class you're currently building, drop a comment below. This will be a great opportunity for people to kind of see how each one of us is playing in the game and what type of different abilities we're all using. This game could definitely have some tough moments, so I'm curious to see how you've been playing the game so far. And that's it for our Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning gameplay tips and tricks part 4. We've been having a blast covering Kingdoms of Amalur Re-Reckoning, but just to let you know, we'll also be covering Star Wars Squadrons, Watch Dogs Legions, Cyberpunk 2077, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and Far Cry 6 the moment these games come out. Star Wars Squadrons being the newest game we'll be covering very soon. So be sure to stick around. If you've enjoyed this series so far, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for a lot more. I cannot wait to dive into this game more with you, along with the brand new games that are coming out very soon. But until then, I'm Mulder, and I'll see you next time in the GameChron.